Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, October 12, 2018. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Plans are on stream to have Little Tokyo transformed to resemble Tokyo in Japan. This was revealed by Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves yesterday at the signing of an agreement between the governments of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Japan. We get more from Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Japan's ambassador to SVG, Mitsuhiko Okada, has told the government of SVG that they are willing to give Little Tokyo a facelift and enhance its environs. A visiting delegation from Japan, who signed a $3.5 million project on Thursday to transform the barley blackfish industry, toured Little Tokyo on Wednesday. Dr. Gonsalves said it is about time that Little Tokyo undergoes a transformation.
And it can't be named other than Little Tokyo. But the original Little Tokyo has deteriorated. Surely, we have to make that Little Tokyo better and grander. And we partnered with it at the start. We have to partner to make it better and improve it. And His Excellency is very enamored of the idea. So the members of the delegation and the tour yesterday.
During the Prime Minister's visit to Japan in August, he told the Prime Minister of Japan about the place in Kingstown, which was named after Japan's capital city. And Dr. Gonsalves said he is pleased to have seen the positive outcome. He said the final decision as to the cost and commencement of work will soon be decided.
A technical team will come and we will see how we can work out the details in the partnership in going forward to doing a complete overhaul of Little Tokyo and bring it into something in the 21st century. Just a little below Little Tokyo, we are going to build a new port. And yesterday we had discussions in the cabinet with the consultants on this, so that it's a whole development for that area.
Little Tokyo still has structures built by the Japanese more than 3 decades ago. It has become a bus terminal and selling place for many small vendors. Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Young people here are being urged to view agriculture as a business. This from the Minister of Agriculture, Sobota Caesar, as he spoke at a news conference today ahead of activities in celebration of World Food Day. World Food Day will be celebrated globally on Tuesday, the 16th October, under the theme, Our Activities Are Our Future, a Zero Hunger World by 2030. The Agriculture Minister said a tremendous work has been done to boost agricultural productivity, with expansion being experienced in cocoa and coffee, as well as root crops. Minister Caesar said work in agriculture is not just about toiling in the sun, and encouraged the youth to find their niche within the sector.
Encourage the young people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines that when you see agriculture, don't only see someone working extremely hard in the sun, which is very important and critical to production, but I want you to carefully assess the entire value chain for the commodity that you are showing an interest. And there has been a discussion evolving over the years that we have to see agriculture as a business. Once we see agriculture as a business and the detailed involvement, it is going to arouse greater participation, and a lot of the stigma and the taboo would definitely be removed.
Chief Agricultural Officer Ashley Kane said a strong and vibrant agricultural sector is key when addressing issues about food security. He added that youth participation is also necessary if the sector is to grow and evolve.
You may go back to the Bible to the days of famine, etc., etc. And in many countries, hunger is a real thing. I dare say we're not at that stage, Minister, here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines because of what we've been blessed with. So as we celebrate a zero hunger world is possible, our actions are our future. I hope that that message rings true and is embraced, Minister, by all in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and particularly with our youth, because it is on the basis of that that we would build a strong agricultural industry. Now we have good airport, put anything overnight anywhere, and so on. We have a potential to do very well, both as people and as country, because of what we've been blessed with. Captain Bly and company. So I want to urge all who would want to join with us to look at it from that framework, that it's not just a celebration, it is a very important one, because it goes to the heart of how we feed ourselves and how we can take care of ourselves through an agricultural industry that is vibrant, strong, and innovative.
Meanwhile, Leroy Jackson, chairman of the World Food Day Agricultural Exhibition, said Tuesday's activity is a culmination of activities which are geared towards sensitizing the public about food security. He said the exhibition will bring together a wide cross-section of agricultural stakeholders.
We also have collaborations with the Ministry of Education, and this year we have some schools will come to showcase what they have been doing in their home economics unit. We have the Community College Culinary Arts Division. They will come also to showcase what they have been doing over the years in transforming raw products into value-added products as well. And we are hoping that this year we will have a focus area where we want to show to the general public of St. Vincent and Grenadines that with efforts and collaboration with our stakeholders' interests and the private sector integration, that we can have food security, and by 2030, St. Vincent and the Grenadines can be labeled as a country that has been able to address the issue of zero hunger.
Cancer is the leading cause of death in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with cervical cancer being one of the most prevalent among women. In an interview with SVG-TV News, gynecologist Dr. Camille Nichols said that she has seen an increase in the number of women with cervical cancer.
So there is an increase, I would say so. And we tend to see a lot of the cancers in a pocket in St. Vincent. We see a lot of them coming from we are fancy Sandy Bay, over what we call over the river. So we have a lot of patients in that area. So we think that the subtype of HPV virus in that area could be a lot more aggressive than in other areas.
Dr. Nichols is encouraging women to get their pap smears done regularly, at least once a year and not every 4 years.
Different changes that the cervix has to go through before it manifests as cancer. So if we do our pap smears regularly, we can then identify these abnormal changes. We can then treat the patient and follow the patient up and hopefully prevent them from getting cervical cancer. No woman should be dying from cervical cancer because it's a preventable disease.
Breast cancer is another common form of cancer with which women battle. Today, the SVG Medical Association held its annual Pink Cap City Walk as a means of building awareness about cervical cancer. The month of October is observed internationally as Cancer Awareness Month. The association is encouraging women to have breast examinations and to have a mammogram done. Detection and early diagnosis are usually key in preventing cancer. The late spiritual Baptist Archbishop Frank Simon will be laid to rest on Sunday at the St. Elizabeth Cathedral in Belmont after a funeral service that begins mid-morning. Archbishop Simon died in a motor vehicle accident at Garden Yard 2 weeks ago. The late Archbishop will be the second to be buried in the yard of the cathedral. Senior Bishop of the Archdiocese, Melford Pompey, said it was the decision of church members along with Simon's family to have him interred there.
Edmund John, he was buried there first. So now we have, well, the patriarch, he's the spiritual head of the Spiritual Baptist Archdiocese. The Archbishop is the administrative head. So we already have the spiritual head, now we're going to have the administrative head. His body will be interred there.
Meanwhile, Lavon Pompey, the second person who died in the accident, will be buried the following Sunday.
In because of the funeral for Reverend Mother Lavitt Young that will take place the following Sunday, the 21st. We're hoping to have the funeral at the St. Joseph Spiritual Baptist Church in North Union. That is from 12:30, and the body will be interred at the Blackmount Cemetery.
Today is Global Cyber Day, and KPMG SVG, a global accounting firm, took the opportunity to educate students of the Central Leeward Secondary School on cybersecurity. Employees of the firm were at Camden Park engaging the student body in educational talks on how to stay safe on social media, cyberbullying, and gaming. Larissa Pugsley reports.
Cybersecurity professionals from KPMG have been explaining to the students how to protect themselves by knowing how they share personal information online. Speaking with SVGTV News today, Nigel Crease said they thought it necessary to target the younger generation, particularly secondary school students, for the KPMG Community Day outreach, as that most students in SVG have access to the internet and some may easily fall prey to online pressures.
Everybody have smartphones. The majority of youngsters nowadays have a Facebook profile, Instagram profile, Play Store account where they play games online, a PlayStation or Xbox account. So it's like cyber influences all around us. So then we have to ensure that the children are well equipped to understand the implications of messaging this person or giving away this information online, because it might not seem important to us, but it can have many repercussions.
Another KPMG cyber staffer, Iniki Williams, said that youths need to be informed through various fora. Hence, for the month of October, KPMG will be visiting several schools to pass on the message on cybersecurity.
This is actually the second school that we're doing today. We are looking to do more schools on every Friday in October. And this is the first time we did it in St. Vincent, and it's something that we're going to be doing going forward. Well, we just hope that other schools can reach out also to KPMG. You can go on our global site, and we are ready and willing to come and educate the population as for how to protect themselves online, as well as on any mobile devices that you might have.
Meanwhile, students told SVGTV News that they welcome the educational talks because while some of them may be aware of the potential online dangers, others are not.
You won't find anybody on Instagram or on Snapchat. So you would find them on Facebook. So like sometimes it have like older guys who would like, depends on the pictures the girls post, it have older guys who would comment on them like negative things and like message them, and they will reply. Most of the girls of them will reply, and they will get in contact with them, and some of the older guys may have a disease.
I don't do much online and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure that it can be hacked and stuff like that on Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff. And Facebook, most of the population use Facebook also, and not much as me because I don't know much about online and stuff like that, because I don't use it that much.
When you're going online, you have to be very careful, because when me and my family watch news, most of the times when they're young, we hear that 4-year-old get raised because of the people they met on Facebook and they meeting up and things like that. I think they have to be careful, because most people out there, they cannot be trusted, and you have to be very careful that he won't end up wrong in life and won't choose a wrong decision in life. Sometimes, like when I notice that a stranger texting me, I'll ask the name and who they are, and if they can't tell me who they are, I'll just block and delete at the same time, because I do not trust people so much. I'm a very strict person, and I'm very careful about my life.
KPMG operations in other countries are conducting similar programs in observance of Global Cybersecurity Day, which has been observed today. Reporting for SVGTV News, I am Larissa Pugsley Kidd.
The chief judge in last Saturday's KCCU National Dance Festival has encouraged dancers not to forget the cultural element of their art form. Jennifer Seeley was speaking at the finals of the competition, which saw participation from dance groups representing several primary and secondary schools and communities. The Lomans Leeward Primary School took the top spot in their category with 7 out of 7 gold medals in their category, while the girls' high school captured 9 out of 10 gold medals in the secondary schools category. In the community groups, Avenue Dancers was the most outstanding for the juniors, winning a gold medal. Rooted Methodist Dance Ministry was the best senior group, winning 3 out of 6 gold medals. Seeley, who is recognized as a regional dance stalwart, said that many dancers today gravitate towards the modern genre, but it is also important to recognize and celebrate the cultural dances.
They claim that we have only one traditional dance. You can agree with me. They claim that our Lanche and our Maple, which we twin, that's our traditional. You have punter, you have quadrille. I stole quadrille from St. Vincent, and the dancers are doing quadrille in tribute to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Next will be punter, and next will be Cape Town. Because we are neighbors. So I want St. Vincent and the Grenadines not to stop doing the modern continues, because it's beautifully done by some groups, and it's a wonderful thing to see those little children really dancing. But I want us to work on the traditional and to keep it alive, because guess what? It speaks to who we are, and it separates us from the others.
Seeley encouraged those dancers who did not receive a medal to continue to strive for excellence.
I would urge you not to give up, not to become contentious, not to become dissuaded, but allow it. Remember, you can come here. I learned that the cool way. You can come to this dance festival and emerge with neither gold, silver, nor bronze. I think you are aware of that. And so a bronze is not to be scoffed at. A bronze is a moderate effort, and a moderate effort is better than no effort at all. So be gracious, work harder next time, and feel proud that you came here and you gave of your best.
Meanwhile, Dance Development Officer in the Ministry of Culture, Maxine Brown, encouraged all the dancers to observe the 9 P's of dance, which include practice and professionalism, in order to take the art form forward.
Everything to create peace amongst all, avoid strife. Get the facts and embrace what's right, what's true, what's honest. Push to achieve so that you can become better at what you do. Pick up the mantle and make your contribution to it. Promote what is good, reject what is evil, and listen to constructive criticism. We cannot push for growth if we don't listen to the critique of the more experienced voices. Practice, 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 so that we could all look great together on this stage in one space. In SVG, at Karen Festa, at Steve World Folkloriada, so that we can look good, look better, even look better than all the rest.
Come Monday, October 15th, persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are blind or visually impaired will seek to turn the spotlight on their abilities and needs. This group of residents, as well as persons and organizations which support them, will be engaged in celebrating White Cane Day, which is observed on the 15th of October and forms part of activities to mark Blindness Awareness Month. Voice of the Disabled, an organization which advocates on behalf of people with disabilities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, said the mission of White Cane Day is to educate the world about blindness and how the blind and visually impaired can live and work independently while giving back to their communities. It is also intended to celebrate the abilities and successes achieved by blind people in a sighted world and to honor the many contributions being made by the blind and visually impaired. Voice of the Disabled will be spearheading a march and rally on Monday in Kingstown to mark International White Cane Day. The march will begin at the Peace Memorial Hall at 10 a.m. and ends at the Solidarity Car Park with a rally.